If you could build your dream civil service, which countries would you put in charge of creating and running key elements?
Oh, that's an excellent question. And it's a very challenging one to answer. I think I'd like to address it along four dimensions, talking about human resource reforms, e-government, service delivery, and center of government reforms. If you look at human resource reforms, I really am a great fan of India. One can certainly debate whether the sort of traditional generalist rank-based system makes sense. And many OECD countries have moved away from the sort of generalist cadre and focused on grooming civil servants to spend their entire careers within a particular ministry or agency. And yet at the same time, India has been able to bring together really a remarkable collection of talent in their senior administrative ranks that I think would be the envy of many other countries in both the developed and the developing world. Moving to the second dimension, e-government, been very impressed by Korea and the progress they've made. We're currently writing a book with the Korean Development Institute that looks at the lessons of Korea's experience in e-government for other countries. Again, not all are easily replicable, but Korea really has been able to make some remarkable accomplishments there and continues to move forward in ways that are very interesting and noteworthy. If you look at the area of service delivery and inculcating a performance ethos within the public sector, I think Dubai has really made remarkable progress. Many Arab governments are not particularly known for their efficiency or their service orientation, but Dubai has managed to really inculcate an ethos that is very impressive, a focus on performance. Oftentimes, it's done this by re-engineering business processes, heavy reliance on technology, but there's also been a very strong push on customer orientation and customer focus that I think has really permeated throughout the broader public sector. Finally, in the area involving center of government, three sets of experiences really stand out: Malaysia, Albania, and perhaps a bit counterintuitively, Zambia. Malaysia and the Prime Minister's Performance Management and Delivery Unit, Pemandu, is well known and has garnered a lot of attention, and legitimately so. There are many countries who would like to replicate that experience. But Pemandu is sort of its own unique animal. It's got 130 plus staff, which is quite large as center of governments go. It has a commercial arm. It pays private sector salaries. All of these things are difficult to replicate in other settings. Albania has a much smaller delivery unit with less than 20 staff, and yet it has managed to see through some very important reform. It's a much more realistic model for countries where budgets and talented staff are scarce. But the challenge of delivery units is that they often tend to be very closely linked to the personality and management style of the chief executive. And when he or she leaves, the delivery units can be restructured or in some ways dropped altogether. It's interesting to see that reforms to cabinet processes, if pursued sort of tenaciously and carefully, can endure over time. And here, Zambia, the Zambia example is really of interest to me. There were some very interesting reforms that were done in the 1990s to Zambia's cabinet processes that still endure today and have really taken its performance to a much higher trajectory and survived several changes in government. And so I think that's an area that many countries in the developing world in an experience that they should look at quite carefully. Thank you.
Well, Beschel, thank you very much.